It's just a matter of time for the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. Look at the past 2 years, bad luck with injuries. Glad Kyle and John got extended, winning to come. Things can change in a hurry in football. And again, I don't know what the right answer is or what the wrong answer is. Or if there are no right or wrong answers, they extended Shanahan and Lynch. They're comfortable with them. They're going to be here for another 5 more years. Plenty of time to go get a Super Bowl.
I'll tell you what, just hearing you talk, if we were to do a report card and you use the word comfortable, York likes what he's seeing. How about that, Steiny? Because that doesn't happen. You know what I mean? If business ain't good.
Because they kiss his ass. Lynch and Shanahan are smart enough to know how to kiss Jed York's ass.
Get to the NFC Championship.
Jim Harbaugh didn't.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Come on, Steiny. The Steelers have had their coaches for years with no Super Bowls for Tomlin, but they have stability for what that's worth. No, I know. I'm not saying they did it too early. I'm asking 49er fans if they're okay with the fact that the Niners extended Lynch and Shanahan almost 3 years before their contracts were up. And keep in mind, this is the second contract extension they've gotten. So, I think it's obvious that Jed York is super-duper comfortable with John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. And you know what? Just look at when you compare people, persons.
Yeah.
Lynch is smart. He knows how to deal with people.
And he played the game.
Harbaugh, not so much. Balky,
Harbaugh was his own worst enemy, man.
Let's go to Gene. Gene's in Hayward. What's up, Gene? How you doing?
Hey, happy Monday, gents.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, no, I'm actually happy that they actually extended them.
Nice.
I don't want to go back in a situation where we have a revolving door of coaches, and then it tells me that Jed York just doesn't really want to get his hands dirty again like before, and it wasn't really a great result either. So I think that stability is great. Like, look at John Harbaugh in Baltimore. He hasn't won for quite a while, but at least they're always in contention. I'm actually happy with that.
Appreciate the call, G. I think most 49er fans probably are.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat, the YouTube, first NorCal Credit Union chat, YouTube chat, Donnie. A lot of people feel the same way.
510, 100% yes, I'm okay with the extension. He finally has his quarterback. It's a great feeling to know the franchise is in good hands for years to come. 925, Shannon should be the coach as long as he wants to be. Wow.
If that ain't a vote, a C.
Well, that's one fan.
Yeah.
That sounds like you.
No, I'm just telling you.
Would you have given him a lifetime contract?
Stop.
What?
Stop.
Look
what he's built. And I'll just, outside of Trent Williams, when do you got to start looking at birth certificates like, oh, man, this dude's getting long in the tooth?
Kittle.
Everybody, I ain't mad at that, but I'm talking about McCaffrey's in his prime, Purdy just a pup, Debo in his prime, Ayuk about to hit his prime. Man,
let's hope they can keep them all.
Yeah.
Let's hope they can keep them all. 888-957-9570 is the number. So Shanahan and Lynch, they're going to be around for a while. No doubt about it. At least 4 or 5 more years.
That's got to feel good.
And to them.
Yeah, driving into the facility every day. You know what? We could lose to Philly in the championship game, and your boys got action. I'm going to be back. And that ain't grading on a curve. That's something they've earned. But no lifetime, Steiny. I ain't giving no life. You got to win a chip. But your boy in Baltimore may have lifetime. Harbaugh, the last caller just mentioned him. He did cash his ticket, though. He does have some bling. So does Tomlin. It's got some spider webs on it, along with the Harbaughs in Baltimore. But damn.
888-957-9570 is the number. The other thing is, what do you do on a day like yesterday, Niner fans, when your team's not on? You watch all the other
contenders or pretenders.
Watch the lousy teams that you're going to beat up on this year.
Well, Philly tonight.
I think it's official at this point. The Niners look better than every other team in football, with a possible exception of the Dolphins.
I was just going to give offensively, the Dolphins look like the Showtime Lakers. 70 points. And then your boy McDaniel had the nerve to say, Steiny, they would have broke a record. I put it on the Vine. Had they kicked the field goal and he elected to take a knee. Dude, you get no credit for that. You put up 70. The damage is done.
Had he kicked a field goal, you would have ripped him.
Oh, you don't believe that?
Yes, I do.
You scored 70.
Right. I think
How
you
about
would've killed
Sean
him.
Payton? Oh, boy.
What about him? What?
Tough to watch.
No, thank you. Now leave that there.
What about it? Tough loss.
It ain't all Russell's fault.
Tough
Where
loss.
is your offense?
Tough loss late.
Because you have no D.
Tough loss late for
Oh, boy.
the Broncos.
Yeah, okay.
Niners need to trade next year's first-round pick for Patrick Surtain. I bet you that's what they're thinking right now. I bet you if you go in that general manager room, they are saying, how can we get Patrick Surtain?
Oh, boy.
Let's let this year play out.
Yeah.
Rudy's in Riverside. What's up, Rudy? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, fellas?
Hey, hey.
Well.
Now, listen, as a Ram fan who's lost to the 49ers in the regular season the last few years, I hate it, but we won the big one. In L.A., we don't give our GM and head coach an extension unless you win the Super Bowl. I don't understand why they did that. I'd like for them to keep Shanahan and Lynch for more seasons. You know, they've been great, but they can't win the big one. That's how you reward your GM and head coach. They got to win the big one. I mean, the bar is not the NFC Championship game. It's supposed to be in San Francisco. They're supposed to win chips. That's not what you do. They would have still stayed there. So, you know, props to the Niners. I thought that they're going to run through the regular season. You know, I got that little moniker for them, the regular season empire. They're going to run through the schedule, but that's not the bar. It's when you get a dog like you in the playoffs and it's evenly matched. That's where you got to step up. And this is nothing. You guys are winning. The San Francisco 49ers are doing what they should do. They just got to stay away from being bored, stay healthy. But that's not the bar. The regular season doesn't mean anything until you win that chip.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Great show.
Thank you, Rudy. Appreciate it.
Rudy being tough.
Rudy in Riverside.
But Rudy, they ain't getting bounced in the first round, the wild card
you don't
round.
know
Rudy.
that. You don't know
No,
that.
I'm saying last year. They haven't every time they lost, it's been in the NFC Championship Super Bowl. Like, you know,
Okay.
I get what Rudy's saying. If the season was somehow to get, you know, they were getting upset in the first round, Steiny, they're getting deep.
Let's not pretend, though, that there aren't a segment of 49er fans that are probably saying it's too soon. There are some 49er fans that I think have a right to look, not a right, but I think you could easily look at this and say, well, boy, they have 2 more years after this one. How about this? You win the Super Bowl this year, we'll give you an extension. Or even, you know what? Get to the Super Bowl, we'll give you an extension. Hell, I would even understand another NFC championship and giving them an extension. At 3-0, just a little strange.
I think it was bigger than the record, though. I think it was the feeling.
Right, but they have a feeling about a tandem that hasn't gotten it done yet.
Those are facts.
925. We haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years. If you're thinking nothing but a championship matter, you should stop being a sports fan. I mean, the other, you know, I'm sure Jed York is looking at this the other way, where he's saying, no, we haven't won a title, but we've been there three of the last 4 years. And if I get these guys on board for 5 or 6 more years, we're going to have 4 or 5 more good seasons where we're going to put ourselves in a position to win a Super Bowl. I mean, the only way Jed York doesn't give these guys extensions, or the only reason you wouldn't give them an extension, is if you look at them and say, I don't think they can get it done. And I don't know why anybody would say that. I'm not saying they're not worthy of those extensions. They've had a great run, particularly recently. But I do know that this fan base is made up of some hardcore Super Bowl is all that matters crowd, and I got to believe that some fans are thinking, well, why do it now? And we can wait to do it. But what do you think? 888-957-9570 is the number. Also, if you're a 49er fan, you watched all the other games yesterday. How good must you be feeling?
Well, Kansas City looked good, Steiny.
And nobody worries about the AFC teams.
Okay.
It's about the NFC.
Big test tonight for Philly to end. Even though the Niners didn't play, they played Thursday. They took care of the Giants. If we're going college, because that's what the NFL fan base has turned into week by week, how do you look? Philly goes in there and handles an undefeated Tampa Bay team. then it'll be what we said. Destiny is an NFC championship game between Philly and the Niners.
From the 510, fans need to chill. Imagine how many coaches and GMs would be fired every year if the owners based their extension on Super Bowl wins. It's true. But I thought but we're different out here, I thought. We're elevated. We're in 49er country. We only hang banners. That's what Jed said. I'm just taking Jed's word for it. 49er head coaches, games coached. 1, 2. Tell you what, Goo, we get a little music here.
Oh, we got something?
Da, 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 da. Give me
Badoni's back.
Give me the top 6 coaches in terms of games coached for the 49ers.
Oh, Bill Walsh.
That's one.
All right.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I like your voice.
Da, 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 da.
Seifert, 2.
That's 2.
All right. Who else we got?
I can go through the next couple.
Harbaugh.
Nope. Buck Shaw, Dick Nolan,
Damn.
Steve Mariucci, and Kyle Shanahan now.
How could I
has
forget
tied
Mooch?
Mariucci. So next week in Santa Clara when they play the Arizona Cardinals, Shanahan will move up to 5th in the list. 5th on the list.
I was going to say Singletary.
Most
that was a joke.
Yeah, he was here for
Dick Nolan. He dressed
games.
good though. Nolan.
I want winners.
Yeah. So